this year on behalf of softball. How it's going to go. This is for trivia. I'll explain everything when it happens. But give that to Keegan when she gets here.
So many people in this building. Yeah. Welcome to the Patriot Awards. My name's Gretchen, your Director of Athletics. We are so excited to get things pumped, things going. We've got a few things for you. One, we have stuff we're selling. To the right, you got Coach Bauer and Josiah. Free or not free? $1 items, $5 items. So check that out before. We also have food that's open on both sides. There's drinks in the back as well. And student athletes.
I'm going to have this sound up.
Hello? Good.
It's going to happen after fall sports.
I think I just killed the mic.
All that's going to happen is going to write down a multiple choice answer.
Hello? Hello? Hey, good. Student athletes, this is your time. If, we're going to have the live band for the first time, and while they're playing, you can exchange your t-shirt if you need a different size. We have very limited options, so if you need to, you can see if somebody on your team has a different size, but also you can go ahead and back there and exchange that with Maddie and James. Otherwise, feel free to be up, talking, get some drinks, get some food, while our first time ever band plays to open us up for this night. And we have two student athletes on this band, Ethan Fagan on the drums, and led by Stephen Bauer. So, without further ado, please give it up for the Heat Stroke.
junior night. Cool. Let's rock. Thank you. We've got one left. Yeah, get us off the stage. All right. Let's go.
You're sophisticated.
a good evening.
Heels play.
score for the first time in the past 3 seasons. And as evidenced by this wall here, nobody plays with more joy or irrational confidence than this women's soccer team has. What a monumental day for the program October 29th was. Dual conference titles and one massive curse lifted. I wish I could relive that day forever, but I can't because I'm not Bill Murray. Nevertheless, I wish there was some real, tangible way that I could take this day with me forever. That wish was answered that evening when I received a picture more iconic than Earthrise or raising the flag. The Gretchen photo! Let's try that again now, okay? On my cue. Y'all can't see it? The Gretchen photo! Gretchen, you told me, you promised me you were going to put that. She was begging me to weave it in. Well, since I can't broadcast that game to you, let me broadcast something else. Men's basketball played on ESPN. That's incredible. It is incredible. It's meaningful. Truly, I commend everybody that stepped to the challenge of that game, facing a major D1 opponent on their court. Another team whose efforts I commend, men's volleyball, program record, number of wins. They've nearly qualified for the conference championships in just their 3rd varsity season. Job well done, men's volleyball. But one team whose job is not done quite yet is softball, who began their season with a no-hitter and have 7 run rule victories to this point already in the season. Pretty incredible stuff right there. I'm sorry, I have to pause again. Something about theft? Grand larceny? Ooh, I've been told to announce there is a series of thefts in association with one of our teams. That's baseball, who stole 123 bases this year. Leading the nation. Number 1. Godspeed, baseball, on the remainder of the season. Mentioned or unmentioned, truly great work to all of our student athletes and all of our teams. While we cannot tell the story, every story from this past year, we hope that our program can offer some much-deserved recognition. But before we begin tonight's awards, it is imperative that we pause and reflect on our mission of training student athletes to be Christ-centered leaders through the platform of athletics. At the end of the day, that is our flag, and we incorporated 4 core values this year. Our Patriot Way, that our department believes will help culture prepare us for our mission. Our first core value is discipline. We know that coming into a new semester, everything is exciting, and we can start off so strong. Incorporating discipline in each team is pivotal to helping us set a foundation that is sustainable for the duration of the year. Next, and often right around fall break time, that discipline becomes difficult. Our next core value is put in place to help us understand that if we allow hard work into our lives to push us, we can accomplish more than we would have ever imagined. And as we venture into the start of our spring semester, we have our feet under us. We know how to function, how to be successful. So we turn our focus toward humility. We asked ourselves, what does it mean to be a humble student athlete? And last but certainly not least, this may happen around spring break. We have the urges to slack off, to lower our standards, or to simply give up. We have to learn to persevere. Now, when you look at a Patriot student athlete, we might want to commit in growing in each of these core values as you journey through your 4 years at UVF. But here to help us understand that fully and understand the impact the Patriot Way can have on our spiritual lives is our campus director, Andre Mauerman. And just one quick bio on Dre. Our speaker, Dre, grew up in Youngstown, Ohio, where he left to attend Valley Forge Christian College, where he met his wife, Carrie. They have 3 wonderful children, Claire, Lucy, and Jack. He and Carrie left Valley Forge and pastored for several years before returning to UVF in 2021. He now serves as the campus director in our student life office. Please join me in welcoming our beloved Dre Mauerman. Way to go, Dre.
Well, good evening. just want to thank Coach Gretchen, Coach Bauer, the athletic department for this invitation. It is my pleasure to be able to stand before you and stand before our student athletes and just share some thoughts with you today. I am a Patriot. I'm an alum and I'm a Patriot. I'm a Patriot. In August of 1997, I stepped foot onto this campus as an 18-year-old freshman from Youngstown, Ohio. Yep, shout out Ohio. And a week into the semester, a junior men's soccer player by the name of Toad, yes, his name is Toad, recruited my friend Nate and I to join the team. They were in need of players, and his pitch was, hey guys, I noticed your athleticism. Flattery will get you everywhere. Having never played organized soccer a day in my life, I said, why not? So fast forward just a couple weeks into the season. We are on the road 3 games into the season. We've not won yet. We're at a rival school, which we will not name, Clark Summit. Our best player on the team, now I've never played, and I hadn't played in that season. I'd been warming the bench really well. And our best player that day was pushed down pretty hard by a player, and a group, three players surrounded him. It looked like a fight was about to break out. So I, being the good teammate that I thought I was, took off running from the sideline onto the field, ready to intervene. And on my way there, I was grabbed from behind, wrapped around by an opposing player. Now, you have to recall this was before I was a pastor. And I, in a way to get free, swung my elbow as hard as I could behind me. Just wait, the story is not over yet. And I connected pretty good. And I turned around ready to figure out what was gonna happen next, only to realize that I had connected my elbow with the head referee. And as I'm standing there looking at him, terrified, his lip is bleeding, his nose is bleeding, and that's the day I found out what a red card was. And so, Coach Bauer, I think there should be a banner somewhere on this campus for this record. Before I'd ever played an official minute, I was thrown out of a game and suspended for the next. And yes, they did hire me here, so. Here's what I want to tell you about this. I was really embarrassed by that moment when I came to and I realized what happened. And I'll never forget that day, my teammates coming around me in the locker room, especially the older juniors and seniors and captains who came around me and said, Dre, it's okay. It's okay. Like, don't do that again, but it's okay. They showed me a lot of grace and mercy on that day. And I came away with it with a nickname. Obviously, for the rest of the season, I was called Red Card. And still, when I run into those guys, that's what they call me. I could also talk about that season. I played one season of soccer here. But I could talk to you about a guy named Eric, who was a married student here. He was an older student on the team. He lived in our family housing. He was a great soccer player. He was a quiet leader on our team. And time came around that we were getting some team gear, and we had to pay for it. There was this amazing Adidas bag that we had with our number embroidered on the side. It was something like, $65 or something like that. At the time, an 18-year-old who was away from home did not have the money. And I can remember the day that they showed up in practice, and I had to ask. I had to think about it for a little bit, and I stayed to make sure I was the last person there because I already had a conversation rehearsed in my head about how I was going to talk to the coach, but I wasn't sure how I was going to pay for it. So as I went up to receive the bag, I started to have my conversation. Coach, I don't have the money, and he cut me off. He said, Eric didn't talk to you? I said, no. And he said, Eric already paid for your bag. I said, what do you mean? He said, I don't know. He didn't tell you that the bag's yours. You don't owe us any money. And I remember running and sprinting to catch up to Eric, to say, Eric, hey man, I'll pay you back. Why did you do that? And he said, Dre, I want to let you know that God spoke to me yesterday. He told me I was supposed to pay for you. And I just wanted to encourage you and say, hey, I'm so glad you're a part of this team. That was a moment with a teammate that left an impression on my life for a long time. I had that bag for a lot of years, and I would travel a lot with that bag. My wife Carrie's here. She could tell you, long past the use of that bag, it was ripped open, the zippers didn't work. I kept that bag because it was always a reminder to me of the kindness of God in my life, and a stranger, somebody who I didn't know, and God's provision and faithfulness in my life. I could also talk about that season about my best friend. We didn't know each other yet, but he became my best friend. His name is Dan. Through the road trips and the practices in the heat and the rain, a friendship was forged, pun intended, that has been going on for almost 27 years. This type of friendship that the Bible calls iron sharpening iron. We've been in each other's weddings. We showed up to each other's loved ones' funerals. We've called each other on the day our children were born. We've called each other on bad days and good days. And it's a friendship that started on the soccer field. One of the gifts in my life was for 5 years before we came back to UVF was being able to pastor alongside of him in a community together. Student athletes, the whole reason I want to share these stories about my life with you is to bring to your attention that what God is doing in your life right now through the platform of athletics is not just for only now. So we talk about the Patriot Way. Those values are there for you, to help you, to serve you as you move forward in life. I had the privilege one day in the summer to be with your coaches and your athletic director as they were wrestling with these values and how to communicate them to you this year and your teams. How many of you really appreciate your coaches and your athletic director? We give it up to them. Their heart for you is a heart to see you guys become disciples of Jesus and use athletics as a platform to really glorify God through it. And I got to see that up close. The values that come with being a Patriot are never meant to stay on the court or on the field. As you endeavor to put Jesus at the center of your life, those values can help your life bring glory to Jesus, even when your title changes. Some of you are seniors in this room today. This might be the last time that you will carry that student athlete title. For some of you, it's just starting your student athlete journey. But one day, you'll no longer be a student athlete. You'll be an employee. You'll be a supervisor. Might be the owner. You might go on to be a GA. Maybe one day you'll be a husband or a wife or even a parent. And these values that you're learning now on the field and on the court will help serve you then. Let's review. You guys probably know these by heart already. The Patriot Way. The first two are discipline and hard work. When I think about those two values, I believe that they're really about stewarding the opportunity that God gives you in life. Whether that's the opportunity to play college sports or whether that's an opportunity to just serve the Lord wherever he calls you. Think about discipline. To be disciplined as an athlete is to stay focused, to set goals. It's about your mindset. It's about building habits. It's about your integrity when nobody's looking. But Hebrews 12:11 says this, "For the moment, all discipline seems painful rather than pleasant, but later it yields the peaceful fruit of righteousness to those who have been trained by it." When you're disciplined, when you're a disciple, when you're seeking after Jesus, when you're pursuing a relationship with him, it builds fruit in your life that remains, that John 15 talks about. Stewarding the opportunities God puts you in, whether it's here or wherever you go from here. Hard work. Hard work is about the effort you put both in the season, on game days, and in the off season. Colossians 3:23 says this, "Whatever you do, work wholeheartedly, as for the Lord and not for men." One day you're not going to be working hard on a court or a field, but wherever you find yourself working for Jesus, doing it with all your heart, maybe even when people don't notice, will bring glory to him. Two more values, and I think these next two values are about how we steward our heart, specifically how we respond to life, and especially in tough situations in life. The third Patriot Way value is humility. As a student athlete, that looks like being coachable, putting the team sometimes above your own accolades. But Philippians 2 reminds us about Jesus. Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourselves, not looking to your own interests, but to each of you to the interest of others. In your relationship with one another, have the same mindset as Christ Jesus. Moving from student athlete to whatever title you will carry in your life means that we're teachable and that we learn to put others first. All that's so that Jesus will be glorified. And the last one is perseverance. Maybe on the field or on the court, it looks like pushing through a losing streak, or not quitting when the season isn't going right, or you're not getting the playing time that you'd hoped for. Isaiah 40:31 says, but those who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Perseverance looks like trusting in the faithfulness of God even when things are tough. Not quitting on people, not quitting on following Jesus. So as I close right in this moment here, I want to say this to you. I want to bring you back to my teammates in the beginning of this story and say this. Wherever you are in your student athlete journey, whether you're finishing up tonight as a senior or just beginning as a freshman or somewhere in between, can I encourage you to do this? First, be like my friend Toad, whose I think real name was Mark. Toad sounds so much better. Be like my friend Toad, who gave me an invitation that shifted my journey. It takes some humility to be looking out for others along your journey and inviting them to the table, inviting them to follow Jesus as you follow Jesus. Maybe you should be in this room like my junior and senior teammates who embraced me on a pretty bad day, on an embarrassing day, who offered me grace and mercy and encouragement and a great nickname when I needed it most. That kind of response takes some hard work and takes some effort to keep giving grace and mercy to those around us. Perhaps you want to be like my teammate Eric, who heard God speak to be a blessing to a broke 18-year-old from Ohio. Generosity takes humility. Hearing God's voice takes discipline. Or maybe you can be like my friend Dan, whose friendship has been constant in my life. The kind of friendship that helps me keep my eyes on Jesus. The kind of friendship that takes hard work and perseverance. And more important, let's be like Jesus, who models the Patriot Way better than anyone. Well, maybe because he is the way. His life recorded in Scripture shows that he embodies those four values better than anyone else can in order to bring glory to the Father. And our success in any of those areas is only because of him. Can we pray together? Jesus, we love you in this place. And we're so honored that we get to come here tonight and we want to thank you for this season, all the seasons and all the teams, Lord. Thank you for this success, Lord. Thank you for the values that we saw lived out, Lord. But more than anything else, we want to say tonight, we could not have done that without you. And Lord, I pray over these student athletes, Lord, that the things that they're learning here in this campus, in this environment, that their testimony will be my testimony. You'll change lives. You'll bring right people into their lives to help them see you a whole lot better. We love you tonight, Lord. In your name we pray. Everybody said, amen. That's good. You that?
No, I'm good. Thank you, Dre. Yep. Thank you, Dre, for highlighting and emphasizing what it means to be a Patriot student athlete. With those words in mind, we turn our attention as we'd like to induct our 2022-2023 Patriot All-Academic Team. And here to announce the class is our faculty athletic representative, Dr. Nicholas Robertson.
Is this one?
Thank you so much, Danny. Here we go. Is that better? All right. Can you hear me? Sort of, kind of, huh?
Hello?
All right, so I'm going to call out the names of these amazing athletes who have a cumulative GPA of 3.4 or higher, and so they really have excelled both on the court, in the field, and the classroom. And as they come up, they're going to give a certificate to decide if they're male or from bachelor if they're female. I'm going to ask them to stand there on the platform so we can get a picture of everybody together. So here we go. The first name is Charles Hoover.
Paul Nadrowski, men's cross country. Natalie Peterson, women's soccer. Mila Dimiola, women's volleyball. Second page. Michael Calapala, men's soccer. Joseph Chaparro, men's soccer and men's volleyball. Jeremy Rymel Brenner, baseball. Kiki Porubsky, women's soccer. Clay Confort, men's volleyball. Jay Hawkins, baseball. Victor Molina, men's soccer. Ava Page, women's volleyball and softball. Levi Gaiman, baseball. Danielle Horn, women's soccer. Brianna Stanford, softball. Leah Yost, women's cross country. And last but not least, Isaac Gale, men's cross country. All right, so we want to be up here for a picture. So we can all kind of come together some. Yeah, we get closer. All right. Congratulations to all.
For your academic commitment. If you take a look at the back corner of our room, you will see the updated Patriot All-Academic banner. Make sure to check it out on your way out. Next up, we would like to turn our attention to the Conference Awards. So I invite our Director of Sport Communications, Mr. Joe Clancy, to present these awards.
Good evening. It's been a pleasure of mine to serve you guys this year as your Director of Athletic Communications. I'm happy to be presenting all the conference awards that have been given out this year by the CSAC. So we're going to do this a little bit differently. As I call your name, please just stand where you are. Do not come up to the stage. And please, everybody, hold your applause until the end. All right, so we'll begin with the fall sports. Men's cross country, our conference champions. First team, Isaac Gale and Nate Gale. Second team, Paul Nadrowski and Aaron Jackson. And all sportsmanship for men's cross country, Paul Nadrowski. Women's cross country, again, our conference champions. Runner of the year, Hannah Kopek. First team, Hannah Kopek and Sophia Troland. Second team, Leah Yost, Hannah Thomas. And all sportsmanship, Hannah Kopek. For women's volleyball, all sportsmanship, Caitlin Fisher. Men's soccer, you guys are not listening already. Men's soccer, all sportsmanship, Abner Camacho. Women's soccer, all sportsmanship, Maddie LaCourse. Moving on to our winter sports, men's basketball, all sportsmanship, Isaiah Reese. Women's basketball, all sportsmanship, Jasmine Hamilton. There we go again. Moving on to the spring. For men's volleyball, second team, all CSAC, Toby Harris and Nate Wisman. Honorable mention, Jordan Kiefer. And all sportsmanship, Chris Brown. Softball and baseball, unfortunately, we have a couple more weeks till you guys get your nominations in and awards are given, so pay attention to the next couple weeks for those to come on out. Now you may applaud. Congratulations to everybody on your hard work throughout the year. And let's forge on to more awards next year.
Here we go. Thank you, Joe. Up next, we would like to take a few moments to show our appreciation to our Student Athlete Advisory Committee. Here to present today will be our Athletics Coordinator, Madeline LaCourse.
Sorry. Our executive committee group for SAC met every single week throughout the year in order to accomplish the mission of being the voice for their teams and to grow in their leadership abilities. The SAC Executive Committee, as I call your name, please come up to receive a small token of our appreciation for your work this year. Please come to the platform and stay until your entire team is up here. So Treasurer Nathan Wisman. Secretary Morgan Byler. Vice President Jesse Manning. And our President, Vivian Huddleston. So we just want to say a huge thank you to this group for all of their time and their sacrifice throughout the year that helped to lead this athletic department. At this time, I'd like to invite our current and future President, Vivian Huddleston, to recognize our team representatives for this year and announce her new team for the next year.
Hey guys, when I call your name, make sure that you come all the way up to the front so we can take like a cute group picture. So starting out with our men's soccer reps, Abner Camacho and Anthony Kona. Women's soccer rep, Allie Hines. Women's volleyball rep, Caitlin Fisher. Women's cross country rep, Hannah Kopek. Men's cross country rep, Aaron Jackson. Men's basketball rep, Charlie Hoover. Women's basketball rep, Jasmine Hamilton. Men's volleyball rep, Jordan Kiefer. Softball rep, Keegan Thompson. And baseball reps, Caden Gonzalez and Camden Smith.
Camden in the front. Just completely blocked it, Jesse. Caden.
As everybody heads back to their seats, and before we move on to announcing the new executive board and reps for next season, I just wanted to take a moment and just really thank you guys for the amount of work that you've all put in this year. I stood on this platform last year quoting Plato, the famous philosopher, and today I'm going to quote an even more brilliant mind of our time, Madonna. Madonna said once that we are responsible for our own fate. We reap what we sow, we get what we give, and we put in what we put out. I would just like to say that personally, I think our SAC reps put in a lot more than they put out, and that's a great thing. Just looking back when I was writing this speech and all the good that we've done this year, from starting out with Back to School Bash, to Halloween Dodgeball, to Patriots Got Talent near the end of the year, I can without a doubt look back on the year that we had and say we did a great job. So I just want everyone to give them a big round of applause real quick. I also want to take a moment to appreciate our senior representatives, Jasmine Hamilton and Anthony Kona. But now, it's time to move away from the past and move toward our future executive board for the 2023-24 season. When I call your name, please stand, give a nice wave, and do not clap until I say everyone. I mean it this time. Starting with our secretary for next year, women's cross country's Leah Yost. Next year's treasurer, softball's Laura Medio. And returning to the exec board in a different position, Vice President Nathan Wiesman. I'd like to call Nathan to the stage as we announce next year's SAC reps. Please stand and wait until everybody's done, until you sit down. You get one clap per rep, just one. You can turn it up. I can just stand on my toes.
Okay, so for men's soccer, the rep is going to be Jacob Moser.
Women's soccer will be Allie Hines. Women's volleyball will be Caitlin Fisher. Women's cross country will be Sophia Troland.
Men's cross country is Nathaniel Gale.
You go again.
Men's basketball, Isaiah Reese.
Women's basketball, Mariah Matthews.
Men's volleyball, Clay Confer.
Women's softball, Ava Page and Morgan Beeler.
And baseball is Charlie Hoover and Camden Smith.
Everybody give a nice wave and then sit down.
Thank you, Vivian. We look forward to your leadership helping us reach our mission here at UVF. Congrats to all our new SAC team representatives. We are excited to see your vision. At this time, we are going to stop by each sports season, fall, then winter, followed by spring. We will hear from our head coaches and then announce our 2 key awards. First things first, it's our Patriot Award. This award is chosen by his or her teammates. It is the person that exemplified what it means to be a Patriot student athlete. These award winners exemplify our core values of discipline, hard work, humility, and perseverance. Second thing second is our Most Valuable Player Award. This is chosen by the head coach of each sport and is awarded to the student he or she deems the most valuable player. We will start with our fall sports. Could I please have the fall sport head coaches join me on stage? As the coaches make their way to the stage, please turn your attention to the board as we hear from each of them.
Hello, my name is Dr. Thomas Kyneth. I'm a professor here at the University of Valley Forge. And it's a real privilege and an honor for me to just reflect for a couple of moments upon our fall 2022 cross-country season. It was an amazing privilege to be present at the last 2 meets towards the end of the season for cross-country. And I got to tell you, these young people, both the men and the women's teams, are amazing. Their dedication, their love for the Lord, their dedication to each other as well, their sportsmanship was just incredible. I also connect to this team because I was part of the first cross-country team. I'm not going to tell you how long ago that was, but me and a few other guys, we started the team, and so I feel this special connect. I've got to tell you, in this season, it was a winning season. Both our men's and our women's team competed in 7 different meets, and each team had a total of 8 runners, total men and women, which is phenomenal when I think back that we started with 5 runners, and this year we had 16. Well, I want to congratulate publicly Isaac Gale, was one of the runners of the week for one of those weeks, and Hannah Kopech 4 times was chosen in our conference as runner of the week. A couple of other highlights for this season. One is that we had our very first ever home meet. We called it Rally at the Valley. It started our season September the 1st. But then, the end of the season, Colonial States Athletic Conference Championships. Our men's team and women's team both swept conference. It was an amazing experience. I've got to tell you that as concerns the women, we had 3 of our ladies place in the top 10 runners for conference. 5 of our men placed in the top 10 overall. Special shout out, though, to Hannah Kopech once again. She placed first amongst all of the ladies in that field, and also it was her best personal time, and she was also awarded Runner of the Year. Congratulations. So, cross-country team, Patriots, you guys are awesome. You bless my heart, and we're anticipating an even greater season ahead. Thank you for giving it all onto the Lord and being champions.
Hello, I'm Coach Rodriguez. I am the head women's volleyball coach, here at the University of Valley Forge. Overall, I think we had a very interesting season. We did well, obviously. We didn't make any excuses as a team. We worked hard in all of our preparations for the games and in our matches. One of the most important things is that I think we proved to ourselves, most importantly, that we could compete with everybody that we faced. I think that's sets a strong foundation for us moving forward. We had a few on the court moments, with girls making spectacular hustle plays, tracking down balls, keeping them alive, keeping one alive. I know we had one at LBC, Lancaster Bible College, where I think Caitlin, I want to say it was Caitlin, but whoever was playing her middle back was almost 20 to 30 feet off the court, kept the ball alive, and then another one of our girls was able to send it back over the net, and we kept rallying that point. So we had moments like that in just about every match that we played. So oddly enough, some of the highlights of our season came off the court with experiences just in team bonding and things that were just unexpected. Two of our highlights take place, one after a match, our dinner meal. We were looking for a place to eat. We end up crashing a wedding at a hotel. And so that was a fun experience. And then for our Christmas dinner, we went out on the town here in Phoenixville, went to go eat, and our van died on us. And the girls had to push the van to a parking spot. So that was a fun experience. And so for me, I think it is okay. It's a good thing that some of our highlights of the season were off the court because the girls loved each other, the bonds that they built with each other. We had a great team chemistry, and I'm proud of that.
Hey, this is Coach Bauer, head coach of the men's soccer team. Just wanted to take a little bit of time to recap how the fall went. Really happy from start to finish with the growth in the program, both increasing the number of goals scored ×3 and decreasing the number of goals against, as well as, bettering our record from last year to this. It was a really good group of guys that came in hungry and ready to change the culture on and off the field. And I think we're heading absolutely in that direction, which is exciting. Yeah, we had a handful of highlights throughout the year, both from team building stuff in preseason to our trip up to New York. But probably the highlight on the field would have to be Issa's game winner against Pratt. Late in the game to kind of seal that for us was a really exciting time to see the whole team come together at home. It was just a really fun culminating moment of that game, but also for the season to kind of look back on that moment and smile on it for sure. We're really excited about how the group is shaping up, from the largest returning class to the incoming class that we're recruiting. The non-traditional season has been off to a really, really strong start, and we're excited to see where we go. Looking forward to how the merger with United East is going to affect the level of competition in an excellent way for us. We're excited to continue to rewrite who Valley Forge men's soccer is this upcoming fall, and I think we're heading absolutely in a really good direction.
My name is Maíra. I am the head soccer coach and the head strength and conditioning coach. This past season was interesting. We had a lot of small victories. I was very proud of our girls for the hard work that they put in. First one was against Penn State Brandywine. We went a full half without getting scored on, which was super exciting. And then Danielle had a fantastic shot that I, to this day, still, upset that did not go in. But it was a pretty awesome shot and a pretty awesome save from the other goalkeeper. Would like to see the excitement because we were a man down. Keegan was a little sick, so like to see the girls standing up to protect our goalkeeper was pretty awesome. They still fought really hard, so as a coach, that was probably one of the proudest moments I had throughout our season. So looking forward to our coming season, just continue to improve as a team. I'm excited to see we have a lot of girls coming back, and they now know what's gonna take for us to continue to grow and for us to get to a place where we are competing, and they are putting the work in. The goal is to continue to improve. Yeah, I'm looking forward, and then also for that family aspect, I always tell our team that, we're not a soccer team that is ministry, we're a ministry that plays soccer. So I think driving that into our brains is something that we try to do a lot in the team, and in having fun, of course, but also seeing how are we going to challenge ourselves really to take that next step into really using soccer as a tool for ministry. So I'm looking forward to see, how our girls are going to step up and be leaders and challenge each other, challenge themselves, and challenge even the coaches. It's always good to be challenged, and I'm really looking forward to see what we're gonna look like this coming season with the newcomers too.
Thank you, fall coaches. We will now announce the Patriot Award winners for each of our fall sports. Once you hear your name called, please meet your head coach on stage to receive your award, pause for a picture, and then head back to your seat. We will begin with men's soccer. Your Patriot Award winner is Ryan Aguas. Your Patriot Award winner for women's soccer is Madeline LaCourse. Your Patriot Award winner for men's cross country is Isaac Gale. Your Patriot Award winner for women's cross country is Hannah Kopek. And the Patriot Award winner for women's volleyball is Evie Ruiz. Congratulations to our Patriot Award winners from the fall season. Next up in our program is our most valuable players from each of our fall teams. We will start again with our men's soccer program. Your men's soccer MVP is Anthony Kona. Your women's soccer MVP is Madeline LaCourse. The MVP for men's cross country is Isaac Gale. The MVP for women's cross country is Hannah Kopek. And your MVP for women's volleyball, Caitlin Fisher. Congratulations to all of our fall sports MVPs. And at this time, we're going to take a little break to play some Patriot trivia. Because we had a great fall, didn't we? But even more so, I thought we had a great year. So let's see how much you remember from it. For all of you asking, is this the Patriot Awards? Is this trivia night? The answer? It's both. And here's how we're going to kind of run it. So I have every team SAC rep having a whiteboard and a marker. When you and your team believe you know the answer, you will write down A, B, C, or D on your board. Just the letter, make things easy. But don't show it just yet. You'll have 10 seconds to answer once I finish reading the question and the possible choices. At the end of those 10 seconds, I will ask you to hold your boards up to reveal your answer. It is multiple choice, so please only write A, B, C, or D, and please write legibly. Josiah will be given this, our scoreboard. And you will not be playing for nothing, because we have 3 fantastic awards I may or may not have picked up from the dollar store on my way here. So if you're a third place recipient. You know, you kind of, whether you're doing spring cleaning or whether you're in the thick of it and you're just gonna move out, you might want to keep that dorm clean, avoid any fines, keep it simple, make Josiah's life easier. You are getting some disinfectant wipes. Big prize, big prize, big prize right here. The second place team / SAC rep, you know, they might get on a roll, you might say. They might get a lot of questions right. That's probably where they're sit. So they'll get a roll of Tootsie Rolls. And the grand prize, it's a big mystery, a lot more intrigue to it. It is a Christmas-themed Wawa gift card, which has, quote, maybe $5 left on it. So, if you need that final snack, you need something like that, or you're just hungry, or you skipped dinner to be here and you didn't grab any because you're too picky, your mystery prize to the first place recipient. So, just so that we get this out of the way beforehand, in the event that there is a tie, we will ask the teams that are deadlocked, and the first to answer the correct answer will win the prize. And keep in mind, we're playing for a lot here. So these questions tie into each of our teams, and they only relate to this most recent season. So just this 2022-2023 athletics year. And be reminded that as several contests go, many will enter and few will win. So let's run through one sample question. What is our social media tagline? Is it for John? Is it for John? Is it for John? Or is it for Jock? I've seen a lot of good answers. And though there is some validity to some of these other answers, namely A, B would be the correct answer. So when that happens, Josiah will tally it down, and that's how we'll be keeping score tonight. Let's get started. Question number 1. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Answers up. Everybody show. Everybody show. Everybody show. Seen a lot of good answers. A lot of good answers. The correct answer is 9. That is incredible. 9 runners making the conference teams, meaning first or second team. Our second question, which I did not know would be part of the coach's video, but nevertheless, here are your options. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. All answers up. Show Josiah. Wow. Thank you, everybody, for paying attention to cross country. That's incredible work right there. If it had not gotten mentioned. Looks like we got a sweep there. I guess that one's on me. For our next question, we have... Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Show your answers. Keep showing, keep showing. We need to see those points. Well done, well done. Obviously, context matters, but Keegan and others combined for the most saves in the conference. On to question number 4. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. I need answers. Let's show them. Congratulations, Isai, who scored 4 goals and 1 assist on the season. Terrific year from our first years, as everybody mentioned, scored for the Patriots. And our next question, question number 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Show those answers. Yes, women's volleyball picked up a convincing doubleheader win. And at our midway point, Josiah, who's in the lead?
Currently have a 3-way tie at 4 points.
Wow. Wow. Wow, it's close. It's anybody's game. It really is. Really is. Here we go. Let's see question number 6. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Show those answers. Or guesses. Well done. Women's basketball was down 15 in just the second quarter of that game. A momentous victory for women's basketball. Game to remember. And now on to question number 7. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your leader in minutes. EJ Smith started 22 games and led the team in minutes. Let's give one hand for Josiah, who is working his tail off getting everybody's answers. I just get to stand here. My life's easy. And once we got those tallies in, we'll move on to question number 8, which reads, Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your responses. It was C. Men's volleyball had 5 sweeps on the year. Great job, men's volleyball, on getting 5 sweeps, but not getting their own question correct. Some are tougher than others. Forgive me, forgive me. On to question 9, which reads, Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's find out who led the team in RBIs. of run production coming from softball. And you can probably guess where our next question is going. Speaking of, I guess, running. Not typically a baseball thing, but you'll see what I mean on the next question. And question 10. Which is not the number, it is how many different players stole a base for baseball. Five, four, 3, 2, 1. Let's see those answers. It was C. And keep in mind, I have not been generous with the stolen bases. Pass balls, nobody's. There could be 3 others, but I'm a fair guy. I'm equitable. I'm keeping you down. But 17 is enough. 123. Someone has to stop you if it can't be us. Anyway, here we are. Let's find out where we stand on the awards. We have a 3-way tie to announce. Those 3 are men's soccer, women's soccer, and women's softball. So those 3 teams will be winning the expensive awards that I got for you. But they will first have to face off to see who takes what. So, we ready for our tiebreaker questions? These will be verbal. I'll be giving them to you, and you will write down your answer. The first to get it wins. What is Coach Rod's first name? It is not Jacob. Is it A, Alessandro, B, Alejandro, C, Miguel, or D, Manuel? If you know the answer, feel free to write it. I believe I heard it from softball before I heard it from soccer. But we will fight. We will review after. No worries. Again, there's a lot on the line. I understand. And it will be, we will decide after. I have more questions, so I will take the sack reps after the awards, and we'll do it live head-to-head right after the awards when I'll give it to you. Congratulations to our 3 team winners of our awards. At this time, we're going to move on to our Patriot Awards for both of our winter sports, starting with men's basketball. But before we do, let's turn our attention to what the coaches had to say about each of them.
Hey, what's up? I'm Coach TJ, the men's basketball coach here at the University of Valley Forge. And I just want to take some time to think back on this year. Coming into this year, we had an almost entirely new squad, a lot of new guys. And so we were really, building up from the ground up. And I think there was a ton of positives to take away from this year. I really thought we started to build an identity as a program. And I thought that was kind of started with focusing in on what's really important, focusing in on serving each other, serving God. And I was stoked and excited about being able to bring the guys into my church and do the big day of service together in Philadelphia. And that was a big highlight for me, just personally being able to introduce my church to my team and kind of bring those two worlds together. I also really just enjoyed seeing the guys grow together. I think towards the end of the year, we really started to just be more cohesive as a team and to play together and to play for each other. And that's hard to do when you're not winning that many games. Like that's a hard thing to do, to have the will and perseverance and character to push through even when things aren't going your way. I really think that sets us up for next year. And I'm really excited to see the next step that these guys take together. I will be definitely tuning in from halfway across the world, but I'm really excited to see these guys grow and flourish. Yeah, and I really think the foundation that we built this year can continue to grow. And so I just want to thank all of you guys. I want to thank each player that stepped onto the court and put the jersey on. I'm super proud of you and proud of what this team was able to accomplish this year, and I'm really going to miss each one of you guys. And also all the people that I trained, all my strength and conditioning athletes. I already missed you this year, but I'll continue to miss you guys, continue to follow you guys and see the progress that you guys are making.
Hey guys, Coach Gretchen here. I want to talk a little bit about women's basketball this year. My girls know how much I enjoy being in front of the camera, so I'll keep it short and sweet. A lot of times when you kind of reflect on a season and the highlights of it, you always go to that game that's like a marquee win. And I would say our Penn State Berks game was our marquee win this year. Unfortunately, at the end of the game, we definitely lost one of our heart and soul. Dom went down with an ACL injury. Dom, I know you're in the building, and I know that you're recovering well. But during that game, we definitely fought on a different level, and we started to gel of who we are as a team. We were down 15 points, came back and fought our way back and figured out how to win that game, and I felt like it was a good game to propel us into the next semester. And a lot of times we came in with really high expectations. We missed playoffs by one game last year, and this year we were truly expecting to make that playoff spot, and we didn't. And that's something for us. I don't want to discount this season and what it meant to us, though. There were so many things that we learned as a team through this year, whether it was how to support a teammate, how to, when one teammate is down and not able to perform at their best, how can we come alongside and support them? Or whether it was somebody going through a tragedy with a boyfriend, and how we can come alongside and just be there in prayer and pick them up. Or whether it's an argument and how we define that and how we address it and how we humbly come across it. I know our core values as far as discipline, hard work, perseverance, and humility, and add-on integrity for us in women's basketball. I know we focused on them, and I know that we learned countless lessons throughout this season. So don't take the wins and losses as the only thing that defines us this season. And I know I'm looking forward to what this group can do, how we can continue to fight. But I do want to challenge you. It's what you do now in this off season that will dictate how much better we will be as a team coming into next season. Love you guys, and looking forward to seeing you October 15th.
Thank you, coaches. And just a reminder that when you come up to receive the Patriot Award and your MVP, you'll receive your award from your coach, pause for a picture, and then return to your seat. So, without further ado, the Patriot Award winner for men's basketball is Isaiah Reese. And your Patriot Award winner for women's basketball is Deborah Cox. Congratulations to both of our Winter Sports Patriot Award winners. Next up, we have the most valuable players from our winter teams. We will start again with men's basketball. The MVP of men's basketball is E.J. Smith. And women's basketball's MVP is Jasmine Hamilton. Congratulations to our winter season MVPs. At this point in time, we will shift to our spring sports. So as we bring our spring sports coaches up to stage, let's turn our attention to what they had to say about the spring season.
Hey guys, great season with you all. Some things that stick out in my mind about this past season would be, number one, it's a great group of guys. It's a blessing to have been a part of it as your coach and just to get to know each one of you a little bit better throughout the season. It was a blessing to have each one of you on the squad. Fun group too, fun and funny group. So second thing is I want to say that it was not a perfect season by any means. Maybe it didn't go the way we wanted it to go in our heads exactly, but there were a lot of great things at the same time. We beat teams for the first time. We took sets off some of the top teams in our conference. We ended up beating Newman and some other teams we've never beaten before in program history in matches, and we had a few all-conference guys at the end of the season. We had a lot of player of the week and honorables throughout the season. We, as a whole team, we were playing higher quality volleyball than we've ever played it in program history. The crowd came out to support us all the time, and we put on a good show. I think a good fight, good effort. And that's the third thing I want to say about this past season is we never gave up. You guys always kept the fight in you, and I think that's really commendable and awesome to see. So great job, guys. It was a fun season. And the highlights for me from this season would have to be, number one, the 5-set home victory against Immaculata, which was our first ever 5-set victory in program history. And it was won in dramatic fashion, 15-13 in the 5th set. The crowd was going wild. We were playing great ball. It was just exciting to watch, exciting to be a part of, and it was truly a joy to be with you guys in that moment. The second highlight would be the 3-0 sweep against Newman at Newman. We've never beaten Newman in program history, and so to win in a dramatic and emphatic fashion, 3-0, we played an efficient game, a very efficient game. We were blocking everything they threw at us. We were just a stronger team. It was just truly awesome to see how well we played, and it's a glimpse, to me, it's just a small glimpse of what you guys are capable of when we play as a team, when we play together as a team, and we just, each one doing our individual part and then becoming just such a strong unit, playing together as one. It was truly special to see, and you guys played awesome. The third highlight would have to be the Bryn Athyn sweep conference matchup, and we actually had 24-22 match point. We sub in Josh, our guy Josh. He's a senior. It's his last ever collegiate volleyball game, and what does he do? Pressure on, gets an ace. He gets an ace, and I love how we just all surrounded him and swarmed him at the end and just celebrated Josh. And as a team, we're able to celebrate that victory together too. And that win gave us the most wins ever in program history for UVF men's volleyball in our 3 years. So record-breaking, history-making, awesome job, guys. I'm very proud of this team, and I love this team. For next year, we have mostly younger players. We have 3 or 4 of our starters, I think, this year were actually first-year players. So think about it. After a whole year of varsity volleyball experience under our belt now, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see how much you all have improved next year, and I'm excited. The sky's the limit, and the future's bright, but overall, very, very much looking forward to next year and the future.
Hey guys, I'm Coach Clancy, head baseball coach here at UVF. So looking back at the last year, we actually had a really, really good year. Started out with a very, very strong fall, and it was a lot of fun, even a competitive doubleheader against Bucks County Community College. That led us into a really, really competitive spring. We're still actually finishing up, but so far, been really, really impressed with all of our guys. We actually set the wins record here at Valley Forge this year, so super, super happy to hang our hats on that, and just played some really, really competitive baseball throughout the entire year, not just this spring. So I have a couple highlights that I would point out and that kind of stick in my head. So the first has to be just our trip down to Myrtle Beach. Tremendously fun time, and we actually got to go back there after being a couple years off from going back down there. I'd say another highlight of ours would be the day that we did set the wins record, because that was a full sweep of Clark Summit in conference. And then I'd say a more recent highlight would definitely have to be seeing Jack Walteria get his first AB of the season, and then come around to score after getting that clutch walk as well. So those would be my top 3 highlights for sure. So looking forward a little bit, definitely looking at continuing to improve, not just setting the wins record, but being able to compete in postseason play. I think we have a lot of the right pieces in place to do that. Looking forward to another strong class coming in. So definitely looking forward to not just continue to turn the corner here for UVF baseball, but looking to make sure we have some long-standing success going forward into the future too.
Hi, my name is Jeff Salucci. I'm the head women's softball coach here at UVF. Some quick notes about our season. we are definitely making progress. With 12 recruits and several more on the way, I believe next year will even be more exciting. This year, we've lost 5 one-run games that could have turned the season into possible playoff implications in the CSAC. We have, Laura had another no-hitter this year, and Caitlin Fisher had 2 inside the park home runs. Shows her speed and her agility. We are 1 or 2 players away from moving this program even further.
Thank you, Spring Sport coaches. We will now announce the Patriot Award winners for our spring sports, starting with men's volleyball. Your men's volleyball Patriot Award winner is Chris Brown. Baseball's Patriot Award winner is Josh Nieberlin. And softball's Patriot Award winner is Laura Medeo. Congratulations to our Patriot Award winners from this spring. Well done to each of you 3. Next, we will announce the most valuable player from each of those same 3 teams. Men's volleyball's MVP is Nathan Wisman. Baseball's MVP is Alan Goodwin. And the MVP for softball is Jaylene Mendoza. Congratulations to all of our spring season Patriot Award winners and most valuable players. At this time, we are going to shift our attention to 2 team awards. The first award is the best team moment. These moments could come in a variety of ways. It could be a winning shot, a conference opponent sweep, or simply a point that changed the momentum of a season. Our coaches nominate these moments, and our Student Athlete Advisory Committee votes for the winners. Here to present the best team moments are our SAC Secretary, All-Athlete Bible Study President, and softball player, Morgan Byler, and SAC Men's Volleyball Rep and player, Jordan Kiefer.
The best team moment nominations are men's soccer and their exciting home win versus Pratt.
Yeah, you guys can clap. You guys can clap. Women's soccer going a full half without getting scored on against Penn State Brandywine.
Women's volleyball crashing a wedding for a post-game meal.
Women's basketball for their very exciting game against Cairn, where they had a surprise 3-pointer, a clutch 3-pointer, and a first-time double-double recipient.
Men's baseball setting the wins record for UVF and completing a sweep of Clark Summit all in one day.
And men's volleyball when senior Josh served an ace on match point to beat Bryn Athyn.
And the winner is men's baseball.
Congratulations to baseball for their record-breaking season. Our next team award is our Best Breakthrough Team. What team do you think showed the most out this year, and who accomplished more than they did in the past? Here to present the nominees for the award is former SAC Vice President and women's basketball player Jessie Manning, and SAC Treasurer, men's basketball and volleyball player Nathan Wisman.
Okay, so our breakthrough team nominations are baseball for setting their wins record and sweeping a conference opponent all in one weekend.
Men's and women's cross country, the first teams to win a CSAC conference championship for UVF.
Softball for most wins since 2019.
And lastly, men's volleyball broke the record for most wins in program history and competed at a very high level throughout the season.
And the winner is...
Men's volleyball. Can the entire team come up for a team photo?
Congratulations, Team Breakthroughs. At this time, we would like to turn to our department awards. Here to present our Male and Female Rookie of the Year award is our head women's soccer coach and strength and conditioning coach, Mayra Abreu de Campos. And head women's volleyball coach, Jacob Rodriguez. It is also Miguel Rodriguez.
All right. For the Rookie of the Year, the female nominees are Women's Soccer, Danielle Horn. Women's Volleyball, Ava Page. Women's Cross Country, Sophia Troland. And Women's Basketball, Crystal Baumgartner. And the winner is... Ooh. Struggles. Sophia Troland.
All right. Go Cowboys. And the male nominees. The male nominees for Rookie of the Year. Men's basketball, Isaiah Reese. Men's cross country, Nathaniel Gale. Men's soccer, Isai Molina. Baseball, Justin Bubbs Reeves. And men's volleyball, Toby Harris. And your male Rookie of the Year, Justin Bubbs Reeves, baseball.
Congrats to our Rookie of the Year recipients. We are excited for what next year holds. Our next group we'd like to recognize will be the athletic seniors who didn't compete all 4 years at UVF, but they have completed their time in a Patriot uniform for that specific team. As we call your name, please come up to receive your official athletics alumni shirt. First, we have Mara Fernandez of men's basketball. Next, we have Hannah Thomas of cross country. We have Garrett Olson of men's volleyball. We have Josh Vijayanand of men's volleyball. and Christina Stamford of softball. We also have Jasmine Hamilton of women's basketball, Alan Goodwin of baseball, and Anthony Kona of men's soccer. Congratulations to all, and thank you for your dedication to your sport. Our next group of seniors is those that spent their entire 4 years in a Patriot uniform. Each 4-year senior will receive their game jersey as well as a senior stole to wear at graduation, which was purchased by your SAC team. Here to present the 4-year seniors and stoles is Assistant Athletic Director and Head Men's Soccer Coach, Stephen Bauer.
Head coaches of 4-year seniors, please join me on stage to present the jersey to your graduating seniors. Seniors, as your name is called, please come to collect your jersey and remain on stage until the last senior is called. Our first 4-year senior of the evening is our women's softball player, Jaylene Mendoza. Jaylene is graduating with a degree in English and Literature. Her favorite memory is dancing to Disney with the softball girlies. The person who has been her constant support while she's been at UVF has been Melanie Weaver. Give it up for Jaylene Mendoza. Next up is Madeline LaCourse. Madeline is graduating with a degree in ministry leadership. Her favorite memories were all of the little moments with her team, whether that be preseason, eating dinner together, watching the sunrise at practice, laughing uncontrollably, or completing a hard practice or workout together. The person who has been there constantly to support her throughout her time at UVF was her best friend, Kelsey. Give it up for Maddie. Next up is senior Isaiah Brown. Isaiah graduated with a Bachelor in Sport Management and plans to complete his MBA next spring. His favorite memory as a student athlete here at UVF were the bus rides and the volleyball win streak, as well as his basketball senior night. The person that he has felt a constant support throughout his time is Coach Kyle Mariano. Give it up for Isaiah. Yeah, you can. I'm just looking at your hat. Next up is senior Brett Knudsen. Brett is graduating with a degree in digital media. Give it up for Brett. Brett's favorite memory as a student athlete here was winning the CSAC championship, an excellent accomplishment for he and his team. The person who has been a constant support for Brett during his time here at UVF is his friend, Rachel Wirt. Give it up for Brett one more time. Last but not least is senior Ryan Aguas. Ryan is graduating with a degree in digital media recording arts. His favorite memory as a Patriot student athlete was finishing practice before the sun came up and the Patriot Olympics during preseason. The person who has impacted him and has been a constant support for him during his time at UVF is his friend Isaac Gale. Give it up for Ryan. Hey. One more time, please give a huge applause for the commitment and dedication for our 4-year seniors.
Congratulations. We have one last department award to give out this year, the prestigious O.L. Harrop Award. And here to present this award is our Director of Athletics, Gretchen Levan. Take it away, Gretchen.
All right, guys, we are almost done, but we've got a few things that we got to cross off the list. Luke, I don't know how you did that all night. Whew, that is bright. But can we give it up for Luke as our MC tonight? Huge congrats. Well, we've made it to the time where, as Luke said, the most prestigious award. First, to even be nominated for this award is a privilege. To be eligible for this award as an upperclassman is a very high honor, and it was for our Patriot Award committee, it was a challenge to get to the end of this, but we're here, and our Olel Harrop Award is given annually to one male, one female who has demonstrated and excelled in the following areas: minimum GPA of a 3.0, received a high level of achievement, example being an All-American, All-Region, or All-Conference recognition in at least one varsity sport. So, without further ado, I'd like to review the female nominees. From women's softball, Caitlin Fisher. From women's soccer, Madeline LaCourse. From women's basketball, Jessie Manning. And from women's cross country, Hannah Kopek. And the winner is women's cross country, Hannah Kopek. Congrats, Hannah. Next, our male nominees. From men's baseball, Colin Orndorff. From men's volleyball, Garrett Olson. And from men's cross country, Isaac Gale. And the winner is men's cross country, Isaac Gale. Congrats to Hannah and Isaac on a job well done this year. To every student athlete in this room, I know as being an NCAA Division III student athlete, it is not easy. I always call our sport in Division III as the icing on the cake, the cherry on top. You do not only academics, but your sport as a part-time job, sometimes a full-time job, and you still make it happen. That is something to celebrate, and that's why we do this night. Look around the room. We have grown by leaps and bounds, and I'm so proud of this group. You guys should be proud of each other. And I want to say that from your athletic director, it's been a privilege to watch you guys grow throughout this season. So give yourselves a round of applause. I do have a few people in the crowd that I need to thank. If you were a student worker in our athletic department, whether you were a tutor, a live stream coordinator, a administrative assistant, a uniform director, a game manager, can you please stand up? Stay standing a minute. Take a look around. We would not be able to do what we do as a department, how your games function, without their sacrifice. So thank you guys so much. Thank you. And to our faculty and staff who are in attendance tonight, I believe Dr. Kyneth, Dr. Robinson, I think Professor Benke was over there, Dr. Thompson, to all of them, they support you 100%, not only in the classroom, but in your lives. And I just want to say thank you so much for all you do for our student athletes on this campus. So give them a round of applause. And last but certainly not least, can I have all of our head coaches, assistant coaches, and our department staff please stand? All I can say is, guys, this group worked tirelessly. I saw so many times where they come in the office or into practice and they were exhausted, but they did it for you. They did the sacrifice for our mission so that you could see Jesus in them, so that you could see the impact that they wanted in your lives. And I cannot thank them enough, so give them a round of applause for all they do. Well, we've come to the end of our evening, and I've been so thankful to kind of sit back and just watch through all of the things that we've accomplished. Just think about next year at this time, what are we going to accomplish? I know your finals are next week. You can do it. You've got it. And we're not done yet. Baseball and softball, this rain will go away, and we're going to play. And I know that you guys are eager to get back out there. I have asked our interim head men's basketball coach, Coach Over, to come and close us tonight in prayer. As he makes it to, as soon as he is done, feel free to depart. You can take photos up here as much as you want. Make sure all the food is gone. And we just ask that you guys enjoy the night. I think that's all. Is that all? Oh, one more thing. If you won an award tonight, we do have carrying boxes in the back. Feel free. Your name should be on it if you'd like to take that so that it doesn't break for you as you travel home. But otherwise, can we all please stand?
Hey, and before she goes away, there's one more thank you that needs to go down here. Coach Gretchen right here works unbelievably tirelessly. Let's give her a big round of applause. Way to go. Thank you. Thank you. And the funny thing is she told me I was not allowed to pray for 20 minutes. Come on. All right. Let's close the evening in a word of prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this university. We thank you for the skills you've given us as athletes. But most, Lord, we thank you for the gift of your Son that allows us to bond together through these great sports that we play. Lord, we thank you for the opportunity to show you in the way that we compete and the way that we go about playing our sports. Lord, we know that you've blessed us through the season, and we ask that you would continue to bless us as we go into the summer and the different endeavors that we have. Lord, we get the great opportunity to come in front of you and to just ask for these things because we are your sons and daughters, and you want to give them to us. So, Lord, we know that you've done that. And so we want to thank you for that, Lord, and we want to thank you in your name. And before we close, I want you guys to look up for a second just for a quick close. This is a familiar passage that we're going to use to end with. It's Isaiah 40:31, and I'm going to paraphrase it a little bit for us with athletes. So, and my thing moved on me. How about that? Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. Soar on wings like eagles. Run, do not grow weary. Walk, and do not faint. Be blessed, everybody.